Greetings. I'm Stacia. I'll be your hostess for this potluck pandemic. And this week we're going to be talking about mindfulness of thoughts in our basic mindfulness recipes for you to adapt to your own practice. We're going to be talking about mindfulness of thoughts, and this is my Thanksgiving kitchen at 5 p.m. the next day, which is not completely clean, by the way. So we're going to talk about cleaning techniques, because in some ways, mindfulness of our thoughts is, some people talk about pulling mind weeds and planting flowers. I think of it as more of an ongoing doing the dishes type of practice. So there's that. And we're also going to talk about those sneaky thoughts that appear that they are thoughts, but actually they are feelings, which fits in the category of mindfulness of feelings that we talked about last week. So let me just start with a little story. Okay, so a while back, my son came in. It was the evening, and I needed to take off all of my smoky eye makeup and head into the bedroom. And I knew that if I didn't do it, and I didn't do it right then, I wouldn't do it. I would just go back there and I would pretend to read and fall asleep. So I'm looking around for what I can use, right? And I come upon my coconut oil, which is lovely because it doesn't go rancid. It can be out on your countertop for up to 2 years, and it's not going to go rancid. So I took some of the coconut oil, and I put it on my hands, and I started putting it on my eyes, and I don't even know how this looks. I have no idea. I guess I could peek, but I'm not going to peek. I'm just going to show you. So I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking, like, this is actually super clever, right? And then I'm thinking, oh, I can use like an old diaper, or one of your, an old cloth diaper, or one of the beautiful cloth napkins that we tie-dyed, and it's been years now, so we need to retire it to other ideas. So I'm just continuing to take all this waterproof smoky eye stuff off. It's killing me not to look at what this looks like, by the way, because you all see it and I don't. But my son comes in, just walks by, just kind of tools by to get some water before bed. And he walks by and says, "I'm Batman." And of course, we just lost it. So, but then I did look, and I was like, oh, I do look like Batman. And as soon as I looked in the mirror, I started saying, "I'm Batmom. I'm Batman." And I started to, stay with me, I started to really feel in my body like kind of this Batman-ish, brooding, sort of Avenger energy that I hadn't had previously because I was just tired, and it was very infusing. And so I really felt like, oh, in my body, I'm Batman. And the more I did it, and the more I took on the postures, and I started looking at myself in the mirror, and the more I started, to say it out loud, the more it became actually true here. So here's my point. My point is that we have gone Descartes before the horse in thinking, I think, therefore I am. However, I'm coming to understand that for me anyway, it's I am in my body some sort of way. I am embodying something, some feelings, some sensation. I am, therefore I begin to think that way. I know that none of this is novel. I'm sure that lots of people have observed this before, but I never really got this until just now. That when I am in my body, then I begin to think, which is why when you soften and relax in meditation, that's why when the unclenching occurs in the body and in yoga, then the mind comes along. So this is, as one of my teachers says, the caboose on the train. So I'm just going to leave this on while I tell you some further thoughts on mindfulness of thoughts. So we'll be talking about that distinction this week a little bit more. Just put it in your, just think about it. All right. So the next thing is, I came in this morning and I was really proud of myself, right? Like, I was really proud of myself that I had done, one, nothing embarrassing for, on many Thanksgivings I've had reason to feel shame when I walked into a kitchen, and everything was pretty much clean, mostly, except this is the stuffing pan, which is cast iron, and it's still dirty. But I want to share with you this most amazing method for cleaning, and it's really a meditation. It's a practice, and because it works every single time, I definitely want to share it with you. But first, I'm going to put this in there because it's heavy. So the reason I'm using this to illustrate mindfulness of thoughts, especially mindfulness of thoughts that are truly actually feelings, is that I'm going to go out and come back in. When I came in this morning and I looked at everything, and I felt like a sense of pride. That's not a thought. That's a feeling. That one's not so tricky. However, then I looked and I saw the stuffing pan, and part of me just sort of collapsed, and I thought, I'm such a bad, whatever it is. I'm a bad mom, I'm a bad cook, I'm a bad cleaner, anytime we put I'm a bad there, that's not a thought. I'm a bad this or that. That's shame. And shame it's a total body sensation. It is a complete and total event that happens in the body. That's not a thought. I am ashamed. It's a feeling. So let's see what we can do about it. Okay, so I came upon this method for cleaning impossible things like pans a while ago. I don't really know where it came from, but I am going to tell you that after cleaning and feeling guilty about using so much hot water, or about using the dishwasher or whatever, or about using the blue stuff that shall remain nameless, the brand blue stuff that cuts through all grease and is wonderful for everything. A long time ago, I read that Daniel Goleman, who is someone that I very much admire, and certainly is not only socially intelligent, but is intelligent in every way, including globally what we need for this planet, that he said, it's really not about the dish soap that you use and being concerned about the dish soap that you use in terms of the planet, so that we can all say, oh, I use X kind of dish soap or this free dish soap, and therefore somehow that makes me a better person or a wiser person. It's about all the hot water that we have to use to do the cleaning. So that has kind of shifted things for me. So I'm going to turn on my electric kettle. I hope you can see that. Here's my electric kettle. Here's my blue stuff. Here's my Impossible pan. It shouldn't take too long to boil. Here's my Impossible pan with everything stuck on there. It was very good stuffing, by the way, I have to say. And I'm not going to be able to do this in frame, as the kids say, who are in script writing classes. I'm not going to be able to do this in frame, but I'm going to show you as best I can. So what I do, and I do this with oil, anything oily that's left over, like if there's fat in the pan, before I go to bed, I sprinkle we have just bags and bags of this, a whole bunch of baking soda in the pan. And usually what will happen is the next day, it has absorbed all of the fat, and then you can just scrape it off and put it in the trash can instead of down your septic, which is really important if you have a septic system. So I usually do this, right? And then what I'll do, I feel like I ought to be able to just hold this on my hip. And then I'll take like a little bit of the Dawn and just, oops, I said the brand name. Who's gonna come after me? YouTube, you're gonna come after me for this? Right, so I do this, and then I wait for my water to boil. And you only have to use like a really, really tiny amount of boiling water to make this trick work. It's like the volcanoes of kindergarten. One of you children, could you come in here and just kind of hold this? Anyone? Any of the children? Kid? Or not. I just don't think that me holding a big cast iron pan and pouring boiling water on myself is a good idea. It doesn't seem wise. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it, because apparently I am, because I'm not getting any response from the children. So, look, it's fine. This will all be fine. All right, we're not going to the hospital. So, you pour it in. You can hear it. Can you hear it? And you don't really have to use very much, but I just use the whole. Oh my gosh, am I really doing this? Yeah, I am. Okay. So it completely bubbles up. Can you see this? I can't tip it any further because I'm going to burn my wrists. So, and you just really let it sit for a little while. And put it in the sink. Now, there are a number of options. Alton Brown loves these, the green scrubbers. These are called UFO brand scrubbers, which I find fascinating. At the beginning of the pandemic, I accidentally kept hitting enter, and I have so many packs of 10 of these, so if you need some, let me know. These are really excellent for scrubbing without scratching. Now, if you're not concerned about that, like if you're using cast iron, this is the best chainmail, okay? This is the best scrubber. Now, let me say I just poured boiling water in there, so I'm not gonna stick my hand in there just yet with the chainmail or even the green scrubby. So I'm gonna put that over there. So, I realized that I have come into this little invitation to the next Potluck pandemic gathering, which will be here in this kitchen via Zoom on Sunday, and I didn't really think about how to get back out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave you with these things. Trust me when I say this really works. So in a few minutes when it cools down a little bit, go ahead and you can start your scrubbing. It comes out, it handles like a dream. It's actually amazing. And I am going to take off my makeup. This is the best. This is it's not a trick. It's a tool. I love coconut oil. You can use it for so many things. It's already right here. And on Sunday, since we're doing Mindfulness of Thoughts, we're going to talk about the body and the head in particular, because the head gets really sore. I don't know if you've noticed this with all the thinkiness. So we're going to do a little bit of self-massage. And also if you have coconut oil of your own and some type of thing, you can heat some up, not in metal obviously, heat it up even a little bit and bring it with you, and your dish towel, and your open mind, and your love for all beings. So, thank you very much.